Welcome to this Insights video. I'm Julia Lee, an equity strategist at Bell Direct, and today we'll be discussing investing in international equities. It's my great pleasure to be joined by Ned Bell, the Chief Investment Officer and Co-Portfolio Manager at Bell Asset Management, to talk about the Bell Global Emerging Companies Fund. This fund is available through our mFund service on our platform. Welcome, Ned, and thanks for making the time to talk to us.
Great, thanks for having me, Julia.
Can we start off by getting you to talk a little bit about your fund and what it does?
Sure. So the Bell Global Emerging Companies Fund it's a global fund that invests in small and mid-cap stocks in North America, Europe and Asia Pacific. And what we define as small mid-cap is below 30 billion. So it's a bit larger than the definition in Australia, but it's a really interesting sub-asset class within global equities that we've had a lot of experience in.
So can I ask you, how many stocks would you hold in this fund?
Sure. So at any one point in time, we'll hold between 35 and 55 names. So it's relatively diversified on a stock-specific base, but also we have quite a lot of exposure to various sectors. And on a geographical basis, it's quite diversified between Europe and North America.
Okay. So how would this fit in from an asset allocation point of view in a portfolio?
Sure. It's a really good question. So if you look at a lot of investors' global exposure now, it tends to be very focused on very large cap equities within global. So there is a good complementary fit for global small mid caps because the companies they're in an earlier stage of their growth cycle. They're typically growing at a faster rate, which is particularly important going into a slowing economic environment. And there's obviously less exposure to, I guess if we think about Q4 last year, where a lot of the mega cap US tech companies were very volatile, it's a great way to hedge your exposure to those very large, well-owned companies.
So can I put you on the spot and
Sure.
ask you how you're currently positioned?
Sure. So the current positioning, from a style perspective, we call ourselves quality managers. So we invest in companies that have got consistently high levels of return on equity, not too much leverage. So we have a very high quality bias within the portfolio. From a geographical perspective, we have the bulk of the assets are in North America and Europe. In particular, we're overweight European equities at the moment, and that's a function of us, taking a lot of profit in the US in the last 12 to 18 months and redirecting into better value opportunities in Europe. And then from a sector perspective, the types of sectors we have a lot of exposure to are things like healthcare, consumer staples, consumer discretionary, some IT exposure, but not as much as what you'd find in a much larger fund.
Okay, and looking into the future, where do you see the opportunities?
Sure. So it's a really interesting time now for global small mid-cap stocks because, again, we are coming towards probably the latest stages of what's been a very strong bull market, and valuation for us has always kept us back from investing in a lot of high-quality mid-cap companies more recently. But in light of the volatility that we saw in Q4, and we're starting to see now, we expect that we're going to see a lot more opportunities to pick up really high quality small mid-cap companies in North America and in Europe. Asia Pac obviously had a strong start for the year, but we expect there'll be a bit more volatility and more opportunities to present themselves there also.
Thank you so much. That was Ned Bell, the Chief Investment Officer and Co-Portfolio Manager at Bell Asset Management, talking about the Bell Global Emerging Companies Fund. If you are interested in this fund through our mFund service, visit our website.